amazing bunch of young men. If you knew them like I knew them, you know that they're better people than they are players, and that's saying a lot. This team's come a long way. I was telling Fernando that when I watched them play in 8th grade, I was considering maybe 1 or 2 more years, but when I saw that group at the middle school, I said that's something special, and so I got to see this thing out. And they've always been a year ahead of the process as freshmen. And I mean, we're talking about 4-year starters here, the core group. As freshmen, they won 7 games, but we took a long bus ride to Hendersonville and got whooped 7-1, maybe something like that. And then after that, it was smooth, not smooth sailing. It was like watching a jet take off. Their sophomore year, 22 wins, 3rd round. Yeah, and then last year we made it state championship, and so they've always been a year ahead. And we talked about there's only one thing left to do now, and so this moment is a 4-year process of building up and to bring a state championship back to Asheboro. And our school, it's a long time coming. We're the first male sports team to ever win a state championship at Southwest. And so I can't wait to see that banner hanging in our gym. And I told them, this is legendary stuff now. You're in rare air, and 10 years from now, when they honor us as a Hall of Fame team, and they're gonna have their little kids with them, and I said your name's gonna be up there forever, and no one can take that away from you. And we were just one step away, and tonight these guys put it all together. That first half was amazing, and we just frustrated them to no end. And man, it's not me. A lot of them say, congratulations, coach, you did a heck of a job, but I promise, Mike, this is the easiest coaching job I've had for this year. My toughest one was that 7-win year. That's a tough one, and for these guys it was tough too. But man, they've been a dream to coach, and it is my honor to be around these guys. I know how much they wanted it. They wanted it for number 8, Pedro, and the hugs and the tears that these guys showed after the game. That was all because we honored him the best way we could, and that's to bring home a state championship back home.
Questions?
For any of the players, you got Pedro's jersey there. I know you've been thinking about this for a while and playing for Pedro, and now kind of winning senior class, you're going out with a championship, and he was part of your senior class. Just how do you put it into words, that part of the emotions today?
Yeah, I mean, the emotions are just out of the roof. I mean, a year ago, we were going through the worst things like ever. I mean, losing a brother, a teammate, a friend. It was crazy. I mean, the motivation it gave us a lot. I mean, we all went to him to the hospital, and we all promised him that we would all get him a state championship ring. And we were so close last year, and we didn't get it, but we knew that was just a learning lesson. That was just a little lesson, and we knew the next year we had it. So this year we had all a meeting at his grave. We had a little prayer, and we always keep him around us. We always keep like bringing him up, just keeping his legacy alive, keeping him alive. And I think it's just great. I mean, I went to the grave. I think it was yesterday, and I told him, "Don't worry, bro. I'm gonna get you that ring tomorrow. I'm gonna bring it home." And I kept my promise, and I can't wait to take it home to him.
What do you think Pedro would say if he was here right now?
He would be so excited. I mean, he was a starter. He was a starter in this group, and he would be. I mean, he'd probably just be like, "Let's go. We did it. We're legends." And he He's probably just going. He'd probably be going crazy right now.
I can't tell you he would have got the first yellow card.
Yeah, yeah. Skirmish at the end would end with the red. Yeah.
This is my first year here, and like the amount of passion they got playing for Pedro is incredible. It's just amazing to see how much passion they got for him. They do everything for him. They like the little things. They go to the graveyard, and I attended that too, and it just felt so like it feels so good to be a part of a team that has so much passion for him. It's incredible what they do.
Coach, can you just touch on a little bit? I mean, these are young men, but teenagers still and still in high school. What does it tell you about them and their ethic and their morals and just who they are as human beings that they can take such a tragedy like this and, you know, make the most of it and put their best foot forward every day?
Yeah, they had to grow up really fast. They'll tell you he was a teammate, but not he was in all the pictures I see him, all this group together, he's in there. So it's been a community that's played together, worked together, and they live together. And they just and for them to have that missing link and come out on top and be able to honor his name and because they worked so daggum hard to get here, because they had a goal, and the goal was not met last year, and for them to double down on that and come out and put the work in during the summer, the camps, we took beach retreats. We as a coaching staff, we just really wanted to make sure that these guys their heads were right from the very start. And listen, I said this last year in this very same conference that I don't know what's going to happen to these guys because I'm not a fortune teller, but I can tell you one thing: they're going to make their community proud, their family proud, and they just made their school very proud. So to be around young men like this, I'm telling you, there's hope for the future because these guys are phenomenal.
I've been at all 4 state championship matches we've had so far. By far, you guys have the most fans, the loudest fans. It seemed like a family, even with you guys being on field and them being in the stands. What does it mean to you guys to score a goal or look over and see a community like that and support you going crazy?
It hasn't always been like that. I got to give props to my new principal, and he's been like basically going in the cafeteria and at a random screaming out, "We have the #1 boys team in 4A for soccer," and it sure has helped all the kids in class and stuff who walk by, and they're like, "Good job, congratulations on the next win, go get us for them." When we look over, it's just like, wow, there's this many people are in for the same cause, and it's not just us fighting alone. We have a backbone, and it's like, okay, we drop down a goal to Clinton, and we're like, oh man, we hear our side go quiet, and they're going crazy, and we're watching film. After the game, when we put one in, the camera it's just static, like it is so loud, and it gives you that extra drive forward to bring it home for not us, not for Pedro, but for everybody, because they're always backing us up, even if we're like at a very low.
Yeah, them fans, the entire school came out and lined the driveway going into the school as we were leaving. I put it in drive, and I stopped the bus. I said, you know what? Let's not hang our heads out the window. Let's everybody get out and give high fives all the way down both sides of all the way down to the driveway, and I'll pick you guys up in 100 yards. And that was an amazing moment. I couldn't hardly drive because tears running down my face. The pride that these guys have instilled in our community, and then we went to the elementary school, and all those kids were hanging off the fence and made their own banners and stuff. And you know what? What they have done tonight and during their careers is they got little fans, and those little fans are going to be tomorrow's champions. So they got these little kids looking up to them, and they have definitely put the program on the map and the school on the map.
Yeah, just to add to that, what's it like, having to face Clinton again, knowing the result last year, just to overcome them and spoil their back-to-back, just to get here and win it this time?
It was nerve-wracking. We went into the game.
we played them earlier in the season, won 5-1. But we went into that game knowing how strong of a team they are. There was every chance that we could have lost that game, and it was just like it was amazing that we were able to pull it out. Because I mean, they've been here before. They were there 3 times. They were at the state championship the year before we made it. They won it when we played them, and then they were there again. They had way more experience than we do, but we just worked so much harder, and it was amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean that game was absolutely crazy. I mean, we went into the game and they came out very, very strong. I mean, they played very tactically and they basically almost perfected it. They held us off, and in the second half they had a goal. We had a little mistake and they had a goal. We were down with like 10 minutes left, and everybody didn't put their heads down. We were like, yeah, this game ain't over. So maybe 2 minutes later, with 3 minutes left, we go up 1, and then we tie the game. We tie the game up with 3 minutes left, and then 27 seconds later, we score that second one. We just went crazy. I mean, that game was crazy. Clinton was one good of a team.
It was 27 seconds, but the clock operator was slow to the button. So I say it's 26 seconds. 26, 2 plus 6 is 8.
Jimmy, about this game, discuss some of what your plan was going in and when you thought there might have been a turning point.
Well, we knew Zach for them could really fly, and he's a great soccer player. He's the one. I'm telling you the truth, Ray. We went and scrimmaged them at a jamboree, and we knew we played them in the playoffs last year, and that young man has kept me up because I knew that was going to be, if we could shut him down, we're going to be all right. If not, if we let him run wild, then he can really put that team on his back and do some damage. And I didn't think we'd shut that team out. But as the game was going, it morphed into more physical contact test than I was expecting. We got more cards, deservedly so. Defending him, he's a handful. But it morphed into a tactic that we saw it was frustrating him, luckily we didn't get that second yellow card because he can draw it. So yeah, he kept me up at night a long time. But putting them 3 goals, and we were talking about the Asheboro versus Western Alamance game last year where Asheboro was up 3-0, and we talked about we only did one thing different. We dropped Aaron back to handle Zach's speed and for Aaron to come out, but so he did a fine job doing that, and that's why the scoring slowed down. We weren't in attack mode as much. We told them we keep the score at 0, we win. So boys really listened, and they pulled it out tonight. I'm proud of them.
Coach, I saw you guys earlier in the season when we beat Wesley Christian Academy 5-4. Obviously, you guys looked incredible that night. Well, I wasn't entirely impressed with the defense. Tonight, you guys shut down one of the most prolific offensive teams in North Carolina, like you said. Zach Swagart, one of the best strikers out there. How far have you guys come defensively this season? Kind of what has gone into building continuity back there?
I would tell you, this young man changed our tactics. When he came in, I said, what will work for us best, and for him and Fernando, and then Braden to be that center of our mids, and we went to a 3-5-2. That changed everything for us. Those guys in the back, Jonathan, Noah, and Omar, probably Jonathan and Omar is the 2 best ball handlers on the team. When the ball comes to them, their first touch is phenomenal. It sets it up for it, and they're smart, very smart back there. And Noah just is the center back that you want, and winning all the balls and coming out of the back. And we come out of the back smart. and that sets these guys up for success. And then Braden, he wins everything in the air, and I tell you, we can play different styles too, with Yael being big and physical, 230-pound striker, or we got Aaron that can fly down the field. We can play all different sorts of games. It's going to be a long time before I'm privileged to be able to coach a team with so many weapons, and tactically we can do whatever we want. So yeah, that Wesleyan game really proved it to us. We drew back on that game because we were down 3-1 that game, and we came back and won. And so we've been going through, any time we face adversity, we can point that out. If we can do it against Wesleyan, we can do it against anybody.
I would say against Wesleyan, we played a 4-5-1, which at the beginning of the year we haven't really been doing it, but Wesleyan has a very strong attack. Like, if you look at their players, every single one of them is good enough to start anywhere. So I can't lie, we were a little scared. So we decided to drop to 4-back, which we played a 3-back all year. It happened to work. But when we played Western Alamance, 4-back didn't work. We didn't realize it until 15 minutes left on the clock, and we switched from a 4-back to a 3-back, way we ran now, and we scored. And I think that it's helped us, because it's not usual for a team to run a 3-back, and when attackers are attacking you, you have a center back standing in the middle, which like really gets them off, because normally you can just bridge the gap right in between them, and it hurts the defense, especially if you're not fast enough to recover.
For all the players, what are you guys going to miss most about this? I mean, you guys have had an incredible run, almost like a storybook finish now. What are you guys going to miss the most, and what do you want to be remembered for?
I'm gonna miss these guys. I'm gonna miss y'all. I'm gonna miss the fans. I'm gonna miss the field. I'm gonna miss the ball. I'm gonna miss putting my cleats on. Miss taking them off. Miss putting my shin guards on. Miss taking them off. Miss arguing with the ref. Miss fouling. Miss getting fouled. Miss shooting. Miss missing. Miss the bus ride home. Most of all, I'm gonna miss dinners. Dinners with these guys are amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna miss it so much. I mean, it's only 4 years that you get in your life, and you gotta take advantage of it. You gotta recognize what you're going through. I mean, what you're doing. You only get these 4 years one time in your life, and I'm gonna miss it. It's now just all memories now. But I'm really glad that I ended it off on a good note, and I did it with my brothers beside me, who I grew up with since kindergarten, middle school, from there on. So I mean, I'm just very proud, but I'm gonna really miss it.
Yeah, I'm glad we ended off in a good note too. It was like my whole accomplishment I wanted to do ever since coming to high school. Just the practices, it was like a hobby. Just playing, practicing every day, some games. I'm gonna miss it all. And just incredible teammates and coaches. Helped me a lot.
All right, how are we celebrating tonight?
We got a local restaurant in Asheboro, Trace Garcia's, who's going to have a little after-dinner party with us and anybody who shows up. So it could be pretty big. I hope they're ready.
You fit them all in there.
I hope they're ready.
We forgot Luna medals.